Hi guys, Bill Blake at Veurink's RV Center, but today I've got a special treat. We're back at Winnebago and I'm with Grant right here. Grant, what do we have here? This is Winnebago's conventional trailer. It's never been seen before. We're excited. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Absolutely. So we're super excited at Winnebago to finally be offering a trailer in that what we call conventional space, right? So an aluminum sided trailer, we're kind of back to the roots. Winnebago hasn't played in this space since 1958 when we started out. You know, our first trailers were aluminum sided trailers. They weren't fiberglass. And this is going to allow us to get to a whole new segment of consumer and customer. You know, it's going to be more price point friendly, but without sacrificing quality and without sacrificing the things that make Winnebago, Winnebago. So let's go ahead and walk around the outside of it. We can talk through some of the standard features. These are all going to be starting, you know, this October 24 as 2024 model years. So we have some new and exciting things that our 2024 model years will have, and these are all implemented into this trailer.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what's different about this one versus all the other conventional trailers out there.
So here we are, we're on the camp side of the 30BH. This will be the first floor plan we actually go with into production in October. But as you can see, when you look down the side of the access, starting with the front profile, we have some uniqueness right here. So this front profile was designed by our advanced technologies group. It is supposed to be a lot more aerodynamic and reduce a lot of wind or drag while towing to get you a little bit more fuel efficiency. But additionally, the way that's designed and it protrudes, it gives you a lot more space. Generally, that's going to be the bedroom. Sometimes for us, that's going to be a kitchen up there, but you get a lot more countertop space or space around your bed for storage because of that redesigned profile, and it has a great look to it. As you can see, the siding, it's a little bit different compared to your conventional or aluminum sided trailers, right? This has a lot more residential look to it. Couple nice things about that. We do have a high gloss finish and we have light colors. That's going to help reflect some sunlight, keep the temperature down in the unit. The high gloss, I think, gives it a great look, but additionally, this is a thicker siding. So we have 030 metal here as compared to some thinner metals in the industry. So you're going to have a lot of rigidity to the sidewall. Additionally, little details, right, for 24. So all of our 24s are going to have these new side view camera prepped from Furrion here. So if a customer decides they'd like to have not just the camera off the back, but also be able to see what's coming up on the right and left side of them, these actually just pop out. The camera pops right in. Everything's wired and it'll work seamlessly. Your baggage doors, a little bit thicker. So we actually are using a little bit different of a brand for baggage doors in the Access. And compared to, again, other conventional trailers, these have a nice rigidity. They're a little bit thicker. And as you look in the pass-through storage, you're going to see some additional red thread items for us. So our red thread items are items that every Winnebago trailer has standard on them. So it doesn't matter if you're looking at a Hike 100, an Access, a Micro Mini, a Mini, a Voyage. All of our trailers are built with certain features that a customer that's looking at an Access isn't going to be sacrificing by going to a more entry-level price point, right? So for example, inside here we have a 30 amp charge controller that works in tandem with the 200 watt solar panel up on the roof. New for 24, you'll also see right below that is an actual resettable charge control breaker. So instead of the 30 amp fuse that used to be hooked up to that charge control monitor, this is a resettable breaker. So if something goes wrong, it'll trip just like a breaker in your house where you don't have to go replace a fuse, carry extra fuses with you. You can just go reset the breaker and you're up and running again.
Nice feature.
Yep, absolutely. Also similar to our Minis, you know, this is super unique, especially for this style of trailer. We have a heated pass-through storage. So we do have ducted heat in the floor coming up into this area to help keep the base of the bed warm, but additionally, it's also going to help expel moisture from the pass-through storage, right? If you do some cold weather camping, because if it's cold out here and it's warm in here or inside the trailer, that's where condensation can start to build up. So it's going to help reduce that level of condensation that could build up here in the pass-through storage. As you move down the side of the unit, another red thread item for us right here. Independent electric stabilizer jacks. Those are Norco branded, the same brand as our Norco frame, which every other Winnebago trailer also has. It's a nicer Huck bolted frame. So we use the Norco independent electric stabilizer jacks. You'll have two switches up here for your front two. 2 switches at the rear of the unit for the rear 2, and those again can be controlled independently right and left. Big awnings. We're not going to sacrifice awning size going into a more entry-level style trailer. So this, I believe, is a 20-foot awning. Most of our awnings on all the floor plans will at least cover, if there's 2 entrances, we're covering both entrances, as many windows as we can, and we like to keep it 20 foot or less, because once you go beyond that, you do have to have center bracing or a support bracket, right? So 20 foot's about as big as you want to go for an awning. Tinted windows. You know, a lot of the conventional trailer builds now have actually removed the tint from their windows. It's great because it shows, you know, it shows on a lot nicer, it lets more light in. But in terms of functional use for the end consumer, it also lets a lot of heat and a lot of sunlight in when you're trying to sleep in the morning. So we didn't sacrifice that. We went with tinted windows, and we went with as many windows as we could. So on this floor plan, you have your bedroom window. We still have the window in the door that's prepped for the shade, versus just no window or textured bathroom glass. And then window in the kitchen. Each bunk has its own window. So we really tried to focus on end user functionality. In terms of access specifically, everything will come with your solid step for the main entry. If there's certain floor plans that have 2 entrances, the second entrance would be an aluminum folding step, but your main entry will have a solid step.
Nice.
Okay. Standard on all the floor plans will be a 6-gallon gas electric water heater. And then this floor plan specifically, we know as we're going through the 30 BH here, we do have an outside kitchen, and we've designed the outside kitchen this way so we can kind of maximize storage space under that bottom bunk. Because a lot of times on a bunk floor plan, which this is, that outside kitchen would go in right here, right?
Right.
So you're eating up 3 feet of interior storage space. So we actually built this into the base of the pantry. So we will have a stackable fridge and griddle combo. So this can pull out. Your griddle top actually flips over. Here's the griddle top, so it's upside down right now. We can flip that over, and then you have your 110 fridge out here.
Now this is still sticking with Winnebago, enclosed underbelly, heated underneath there as well.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. While we're outside the trailer especially. Another red thread item for us is 12-volt tank pad heaters, which all the access floor plans will also have. So also big tank sizes, right? I believe we're at 50 gallons fresh. Most of them will probably have 100 gallons of gray capacity and 50 black. And the 100 gallons for gray would be 2 gray tanks. So if your kitchen and your bathroom are pretty far separated in the unit, you need to have 2 separate gray tanks.
Yep.
So 100 gallons of gray tank capacity, though, it's great. 50 fresh is awesome. 50 black is more than anybody should ever need, really, I think. But good tank sizes in these.
Definitely, I want to stress that to our consumers too, because in this price point, we do not get heated underbellies. We do not get tank heaters, big tanks like that. So that's a big deal right there for Winnebago to do that as well.
So as you move to the rear of the unit here, here's the other 2 power stab jack switches for the rear stabilizer jacks. And then off the back here, an additional red thread item. So again, every Winnebago, just to keep with what makes Winnebago Winnebago, we do have 2-inch accessory receivers, and new for 24, we've actually upped the rating on those accessory receivers. So whether we're looking at Hike, Access, Micro Mini, Mini, Voyage, those come from Norco, our frame supplier, or BAL. Those have been actually upgraded to a 350-pound weight capacity, whereas traditionally Mini and Voyage was 250, Hike and Micro Mini were 150. All of them are now rated for 350 pounds, which should be a peace of mind for customers that want to bring e-bikes with them.
Yeah, that's a big thing, e-bikes right now.
Yep. So this floor plan, obviously with the being a bunk, has the bike door, right?
Wow.
So you can see just a ton of space here in the bunk room for bikes. Heck, maybe even some smaller kayaks could fit in here. It is a wood floor, so if a customer wanted to put some tie downs in, it's not going to cause problems. We're not going to supply them from the factory, but they are able to be put in there.
Okay.
Just to strap maybe a bike in or something like that, give it a little bit more security, or shifting cargo. You've got your spare tires standard. Ladder prep is standard, so obviously you can see it does not have a ladder. It does have ladder prep, and right here we have a QR code, or you can scan if you want to purchase that directly from e-trailer, you name it. It's going to give you the part number you would need and where you can buy that. Also, I believe most dealerships do stock those, so Veurink's probably has those as part in their parts showroom.
Yeah, that's that foldable.
Yes, it's
ladder,
a telescoping
right?
ladder, so it's not like I need to keep a 10-foot ladder somewhere in my truck or in the camper, I can collapse it down, pop it back here,
Yeah.
and pull it out when I need it. So you still do have access to the walkable roof.
Very good idea.
Yep. Moving down the off-camp side or the off-door side, we still have an outside shower. Everything we build always has an outside shower, so this will have hot and cold adjustment and a shower head that you can turn off and on. Good for people with pets, right? You know, it's staying at a beach. You want to spray some sand off your legs so you don't take it into the camper. And then, like I said, you know, giving your dog a bath because they like to roll around in mud. Great use for that. You have your satellite park cable hookup, your water hookups right here, and then all of our valves for our tanks are also going to be enclosed in the underbelly with cable pull valves right here.
Sure.
So not only is your underbelly heated, sealed, enclosed, those valves are actually in there where they're not exposed to elements like salt going down the road if you're in a colder state like Michigan,
Yep.
doing some winter camping or even just traversing through areas that have worse road conditions.
So I noticed too, when we were climbing over this is 50 amps. Why would we need that?
So 50 amp, every access is going to be a 50 amp trailer, and that's because they're all prepped for 2 air conditioners.
Okay.
One will come standard and it is ducted. The second one would be a direct dump AC right over the bed, is generally where that second air conditioner is going to go in. So yes,
Awesome.
That's so customers, you know, I know you're in Michigan.
Yeah.
We have customers that live in Arizona, but we also have people that live in Michigan that like to go down south for the winter, right? So they buy from Veurink's RV and then they go down to Florida for the winter. And having that second air conditioner can be pretty nice on some of those hot, humid days down there.
You bet. Yep.
So coming down this side of the unit, you're just going to be able to see your other side of your pass-through storage, your 50 amp cable. We also do have your battery disconnect. And one thing I really can appreciate is this is off the floor, right? A lot of times you'll see those mounted right on the floor where shifting cargo can hit or damage them. So we do have it up off the floor. And then here is the better view of that charge control monitor and the resettable charge control breaker.
Yeah, I see a lot of those too mounted on the outside as well, where weather is going to get to them as well. So
Yeah, that's something we are looking into as well. How we can maybe move that up to the A-frame.
Yep.
And speaking of the A-frame, a couple other changes here for 24s, which eventually you'll see all of this. But right now, all of our 12-volt connections are actually in a weatherproof junction box now.
Oh, nice.
Where they're not exposed to the elements, again, like salt that can start corroding those connections, and then you get a bad connection, all of a sudden you wonder why your awning doesn't work. Keeping those all safe and out of the elements, but still accessible, is something we're doing across the board for 24s.
So, real quick question: did we sacrifice any kind of warranty at all? Did we go same warranty, same Winnebago?
Warranty, 3-year structural warranty, and our structural warranty does cover quite a bit. 1 year, call it bumper to bumper, or craftsmanship warranty, right? And then a lot of things are going to have their own warranties. For example, most appliances have their own warranties, and usually those are 2 years, like your air conditioner, your awning, your furnace, your water heater. Generally, you see about a 2-year warranty on those items.
Sweet.
And then up front, all of them will come with dual 20-pound LP tanks. I like the 20 pounds. I don't know about you.
I do too. I love them.
I mean, I know you get a little bit ripped off if you go to a gas station to swap them out because you don't really get a truly full tank.
Yep.
But the convenience of just being able to go anywhere and get new tanks, I think, is worth that.
Yep.
It is a 30-pound cover. So if a customer wants to upgrade to 30-pound tanks for more of a, say, permanent solution, right? If maybe they're keeping it at the same campground all summer, 30-pound tanks would be nice for that. So all you have to do is get a longer tie rod for the middle of the tanks, and you're good to go.
Well, Grant, it doesn't look like Winnebago sacrificed anything on the outside.
No.
I'm excited to get in the inside. Can we go there next?
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
get after it.
Let's go. Hey, now I'm in the inside of the 30BH access, and what I love about it, the slide room is in, but I can still get to the refrigerator if I want. I can get to the bunk room if I want. I can have full use of the kitchen. I can pack all my stuff, and I'm ready to go. I love it. Grant, I've been in a lot of 30 bunkhouses in my life, 30-foot bunkhouses in my life, but this just flows so well. Can we start in the kitchen and tell our customers what makes the 30BH Winnebago so special?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in terms of how this floor plan was laid out, our engineers have really done a good job at picking out the little details and just executing them very well, right? So right when you walk in the front door here, I do like to point out, because they're pretty easy to miss, ample coat hooks, key hooks. So we have 3 hooks down here and another 2 up on the wall right when you come in the door. So a good spot to hang your hoodies, hang your coats, your keys, your dog leashes, things like that, right next to the entrance door. And then you come into the kitchen. Again, the little details, right? Outlet placement. They're not up under the cabinets. We have your GFI outlet right here and another additional outlet right here. So good places to put your coffee maker, your toaster, just commonly used appliances when you're camping. And those usually come with very short cords. So not having to have an extension cord to run them up here is pretty nice. The built-in cubbies, right? Instead of just keeping this as dead space, building those areas in, they're great spots to store dish towels or to store some spices, things like that, salt, pepper. So having that just readily available right here. In terms of the kitchen itself, right? You got a nice window that does open. All the windows we use at Winnebago, they always open, right? So you can open anything for airflow, and that's something we like to focus on. But again, we haven't sacrificed, I know we didn't sacrifice much on the outside. The inside, we still have pull-down sprayer faucets. We're not using plastic sinks. This is going to be a stainless steel sink, and it is a big basin, single bowl sink. Your cooktop here, it's a 3-burner cooktop. This one has the one with the auto light function in it. But additionally, the top on this is a cast. It's not a painted steel, so I'm a popcorn eater. I like to cook popcorn on a stovetop, and I like to shake that around on there, and it's not just going to scrape it off and then start to rust. It's a cast iron top, so a little bit nicer quality. You're going to have your range hood vent, and then you're going to have a convection microwave versus your traditional, just standard microwave. Underneath your oven, big pots and pans drawer.
Oh, wow.
We keep the converter right down here hidden, so it's not just, otherwise, I'd rather look at this than this. So getting that just out of the way, it gives it a really nice clean look. And this is carrying over, again, one of those Winnebago things. One thing that we've kind of made a name for ourselves in the industry is this full overlay style cabinetry, right? Not a lot of dead panels, dead spaces, which means we use larger doors, but it just gives everything a much cleaner look. So you don't have gaps, big gaps between each door. Your drawers butt up right up to each other, right? And again, engineer did a great job maximizing how much storage we have in the kitchen. Nice spot for a little trash can there. And then additionally, as you move back, standard refrigerator for these is going to be your 10.3 cubic foot, 12 volt, 110 refrigerator. So this one actually should be running right now. It's actually, we've been filming for what, 20 minutes? This thing's cold. It's down to temperature already. That's what I love about 12 volt refrigerators. They get down to temperature so quickly, and they stay running as soon as you plug it into your truck. We do still have an option though for people that don't want to go 12 volt. We do offer a gas electric refrigerator option. It's a little bit of an upcharge, but we still like to have that available for customers that do want to use that. As you move down, big pantry, right? Big pantry space here, super deep pantry, and an additional pull-out drawer. I think this would be a great spot to put larger utensils, right? Tongs, spatulas, things like that. And the pantry, I think it's more than adequate for what we have here. And then this space here is actually that outside kitchen we looked at on the outside. So that's where that's paneled off, and that refrigerator and griddle for the outside kitchen are down here. We almost have 2 pantries in this floor plan, right? This could be used as an extra pantry space as well. I think a lot of customers use it as a linen closet.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it could definitely be used or split in half, like one portion of it for linens, the other for pantry overflow. Another thing, as we're kind of in this main section of the unit that I would like to talk about, that you're kind of standing on right now.
Yeah. That
slide floor. We are completely carpetless. Actually, Winnebago is now carpetless across campus, so we don't use carpet anywhere anymore. But the way that we've designed this Linode slide, it's almost seamless with the main floor. It lays nice and flush, and you don't have an edge banding on it where you can kind of see, oh, that's a different part of the floor. So it really gives it a nice clean look.
Yeah, it just flows right into the slide box really well. It's like nothing I've ever seen. So
yep. One thing I do want to point out, this is we're still not into production yet, right? We actually are filming this here in August, and we're not going to be building these for another couple of months. The only thing on this floor plan really that's going to change is that all these windows, except for the one in the kitchen, are going to have blackout roller shades.
Okay.
So we don't have them in yet, but they will have the blackout roller shades standard in all the access products. Actually, that's an across-campus initiative as well.
Awesome.
Yep.
Now, is this a hide-a-bed, or what is this?
So this is actually pretty unique. This is our standard theater seat, believe it or not. So this, if you pop down on that side, here's my pole.
Oh,
so
wow.
these can recline.
Oh, look at there.
But additionally, what I like about this sofa is here's our middle section
Oh,
right, so
wow.
for our cups. And we actually are going to reduce the padding in this, so this will lay totally flat once it comes down in production. That's something our supplier is working on for us right now. But I like having the theater seat option with the availability to sit a third person, right?
Yes.
Because right now, a lot of theater seats, they're closed off by that center console. Another thing I've heard from a lot of customers when we do a lot of voice of customer, we'd like to listen to customer feedback, and a lot of times an objection to a theater seat, which isn't often, but one of the objections is when we're sitting and watching TV, we like to be closer to each other, to their partner, right? Mm-hmm. So they feel blocked off, so they'd rather go with a trifold sofa, and then they have to buy ottomans to match the sofa so they can put their feet up. So this kind of gives you the best of both worlds.
Absolutely, and this is very comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think I'll finish the video right here.
So the TV here, so this would be cameras kind of towards the back in front of the bathroom. Here's the entrance door, so we're looking towards the bedroom now. TV is an option. It's not standard on any of the access products. We do use smart TVs now across campus, so it doesn't matter what product the customer's looking at. If they want to get a TV from Winnebago, on our other products it is standard. On access it will be optional, or customers can go pick out their own. So your TV's up here. You do have a little bit of a storage space down below the TV and above the TV. Good spot to keep your movies.
Now, will that pull out and
Yeah.
twist over to the theater seat, right?
This is on a pull-out bracket, so I can actually pull this out, angle it towards the sofa a little bit more if I need to. And the reason we put it here, it's a double-edged sword, right? So you can sometimes put it here above the kitchen, but you lose all your overhead space. And where else are you going to keep your plates, your cups? You know, a lot of that stuff is always stored right here over the kitchen. So you have a TV to watch, but it is here. But that's why we provide that swing out bracket, so you can move it out and get a little bit better viewing angle on the TV.
We're camping. We don't have to watch TV, right?
It's not all the time.
There you go.
Right. So then you move up here towards the front of the unit. This is the bedroom. All the access floor plans will come standard with a 60 by 80 residential queen mattress. And actually, one thing I've noticed about this one too is you got a good amount of walk around space on all three sides of that bed, right? And that front profile we mentioned outside, it gives you just a ton of space. There's these cubbies. I'm going to squeeze past you here, Molly. There's these cubbies behind the wardrobes, and those are just so much deeper with that design. And then, Bill, if you open that wardrobe, you'll see another thing that's kind of unique for access here. So one of the wardrobes will always have these removable shelves plus a hanger. So when you're camping, if you don't have a bunch of nice button-up shirts or dresses to hang up, it's probably a little more functional if you can fold your clothes and fold your jeans, your shirts, and you can probably fit everything you need for 4 or 5 days right in there.
Yeah, these cabinetries, they feel solid too in this price point. This is nice.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest requests I get, hey, I need to make my bed. I want to make it easy. There's a lot of room here. Mm-hmm. So somebody can make it nice and easy. And yeah, wonderful bedroom. Now, Grant, this is a bunkhouse, right?
Yes, actually. So we're heading back towards the rear of the unit, right? So we're kind of standing in the kitchen again here. And I like to point out this trailer has one slide out, and it's the one right here that has the dinette and your sofa in it. So there's only one slide out, but you can't see the bunk beds. So generally, when you have a bunkhouse that has a bunk room in it, a dedicated bunk room, what does that mean? I mean, it's going to mean probably 36 feet in length. It's going to mean it's pretty heavy. You have an added cost for that slide for the bunk room just to give the kids their privacy. So I really like how we've designed this floor plan, and the bunks are right here. They do have, instead of just curtains, you have an actual door. We have plenty of room to get into this space. The kids probably have room to absolutely get dressed in here, And since there's no outside kitchen coming into this portion of the unit, all that space under the bunks is opened up. Now, one thing that will change here for production, right now we have the bunk removed. We're going to go ahead and put that together, but in production, this will actually be a hinged bunk, and the hinge will be just on the inside of this door. So the bottom bunk will hinge up and lay down, but still all the space under that bunk will be usable.
So just to clarify, you could still get a bike in here. You could still maybe get a kayak.
Absolutely.
Or something. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
All that room will
Great
still
idea.
be accessible. So let's go ahead and get the bunk set up and both bunk mats moved down, and we can show you what the bunks look like when they're made.
Absolutely.
So here we have the bunks set up. So you can see there's still all that space accessible under the bunk bed, right? Both beds are set up, and I do also like to point out that while it is an enclosed room, they do have an air conditioning vent coming into this room, so it will stay cool for the kids, even with the door shut. And then you have a nice little spot here where you can put some baskets or fold up some clothes. We have a sleeping bag in there right now, so just a little bit of storage in the kids' room as well. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So you come out here. This is that secondary pantry we showed, or linen closet. Then you got your bathroom. I'm going to go ahead and close this. And your bathroom in this for a bunkhouse is absolutely, it's huge. So 30 by 36 shower. Tons of space. If I get on the toilet here, tons of leg room. I'm not really cramped up in the bathroom at all. A full length mirror from pretty much counter to ceiling. So there's no worry about I can't see myself in the mirror. And then the 30 by 36 shower, it's just huge. And as you can see, these do have a pretty tall interior height. We're around 6'8" on the interior. But when I get up in the shower, my head's not in the bubble. But if it were, we have a new skylight we're using across campus. So again, everything has this change for 24. It's a 14-inch by 22-inch skylight versus the 14 by 14s we're using. So if my head's in that bubble now, I'm not just confined to standing in one spot. I could actually move around in the shower and not be smacking my head on the side of the skylight.
One thing I noticed too, Grant, is this trailer has a heater, right?
Yeah.
Where's the vents?
So we use we're ducting vents through cabinetry, or we're bringing it up through the floor. But the way we design it is really smart. So you actually have a vent here on the wall in the bathroom, and that's actually coming up between the bathroom wall and the bedroom wall, and we have a splitter that splits it out both sides, right? So you got heat going to your bunk room and your bathroom. Here in the kitchen, you have a register right below your drawer, and the same underneath your bed. You'll see one coming out on the base of the bed as well. So you have heat registers across the entire unit, but what I like about this design versus, say, a rotaire, right? The big round circles. If we put a rotaire here to bring heat out right here, we lose a drawer, because that rotaire is about this big. So if I put this here, now I only get 2 kitchen drawers. Designing it this way, where it comes up through the floor, we put an aluminum guard on the back of that to blow the heat out into the floor plan. We get a 3rd drawer. So
Yeah, and I see some trade-ins coming too. They have them down line.
Yeah.
Those are dirt collectors. And
You ever stepped on one with bare feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Another
not fun.
thing too there. So yeah, excellent.
All right. Well, this is the 30BH. We do have another floor plan that we're going to kind of show a little bit of on the inside here, and that's our 28 front kitchen, 28 FK. That's the first proto we built, so I'll definitely talk about, you'll see some things in that, right? Like it had carpet in the slides. You can kind of see how this product has transitioned for us based on consumer and dealer feedback. So this one is what it's actually going to be like in production, except it'll have blackout shades. That one will have a little bit of differences, but you can get a good overall feel of the floor plan still.
One more question on this one.
Yeah.
I have a 2019 half ton. Can I pull this?
Yes, you could pull this. This trailer is going to weigh close to 7,000 pounds dry weight.
Perfect.
Because we aren't short on the interior height. We are full featured. So a newer half ton can absolutely tow it. Your tongue weight's not going to be an issue as well. You're probably going to have a tongue weight of around 750 pounds.
Don't need to move into that bigger truck. You're all set.
Right.
Awesome. Let's go see the next one.
Okay.
So Grant, I know not all floor plans can be bunkhouses. There's that stage of life where I'm done with that. What do we have here?
Yeah, so this is our 28 front kitchen, right? This is it's a virtually identical floor plan to our 2832 FK Mini, but we brought this down into the access line as well. And I think it's a really unique floor plan. Because when I go to an RV show or I go to your lot and I go in trailers, I bet 99 out of 100 of those trailers are gonna have the bed up front, right? And the kitchen somewhere in the middle or at the back. So this one's kind of flip-flopped. Right when you come in your main door, the way this is designed, it's very open because you don't have a refrigerator right here and a big pantry right here. So it really doesn't seem closed off. It's very open, and your kitchen's right up front. So this is actually the front of the unit. And on the other side of this wall is that really tall secondary pass-through storage, the one that's not under the bed.
Oh yeah.
So that's a good spot for people that want to bring Swiffers, bring brooms. You could put pegboard up there and put hooks, keep your cords hung up. So it's really a lot of ways that could be a versatile use space. At our RV show, when we debuted this at Tampa, actually, we had a bike in there. Now we had to loosen the handlebars, we turned the handlebars, and it was an adult-sized bike, fit in that pass-through storage. You just got to be careful how much you load that because it will add some tongue weight to it, right? So yeah, this is the front kitchen of it, and I love the floor plan. There's a ton of kitchen cabinets, and what I love about this one specifically, look how deep this one is. It's a super deep cabinet because this is actually built into that front pass-through storage as well. So people that want to bring like crock pots, bigger items like that,
Air fryers are a big
air
one
fryers,
now.
yeah. That'll fit in there no problem. They've done a nice job the way they designed this, you know, with actually having some shelving put in some of them because it's not just all open space. We have some that are split, some that aren't for taller cereal boxes. So this is definitely somebody that likes to cook a lot. They get a lot of countertop space. It's a very open kitchen and a big pantry with a couple of drawers. And again, the pantries we use they're super deep. So it's a great floor plan. As we kind of transition over here to the slide, like I said, this was proto #1. So this one did have carpet in the slide, and in production, it would be fully lino, just like the last one we were in.
Okay.
And additionally, it would have the blackout shades as well. This one also shows a sound bar that won't be there for production as well, and the TV is still optional. But your sofa, now this is the trifold sofa. This is a sleeper sofa.
Okay.
This would be an option. If you want, and in this floor plan, I could see it making sense because there are no other beds in this floor plan. Your dinette can go to a bed, or this can go to a bed. So if you do have maybe grandkids that want to come along with you and they won't fit on the dinette bed, get the trifold sofa, pull that out into a full-size bed, and now you have a room to sleep a couple more adults, really. So you could actually bring, as a grandparent, your kids and the grandkids, and the parents can sleep here and throw the grandkids on the dinette bed, and then you don't have to have bunks for the other 9 times out of 10 you're camping that you don't need them.
Right, perfect.
So really nice floor plan, lots of windows. Big window here next to the dinette, a big window in the slide, and a side window there. We even have an extra window up here in the kitchen, so lots of natural light coming into this floor plan. And we're inside right now. We don't have sunlight coming into this. And I think there's going to be a couple lights that get added to this for production, one primarily in the kitchen there. And then this has a walk-through bath, which I think is personally great because you get a huge bathroom. So there is no issue of toilet space, plenty of room to get dressed in here, big 30 by 36 shower, and then you do have a secondary entrance. So technically if somebody wanted their privacy in here and somebody wanted to get up and go up front, you do have a door right in your bedroom where you could go out and come in the other door.
Yeah, lots of elbow room in here.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, you can sit down, have some room in there. That's nice.
And then you come back to the bedroom. So I love front kitchens or rear bedrooms and whatever you want to call it, because now my wardrobe's on a flat wall, not a radiused wall.
Yeah.
And it's just so much more natural to me, I guess. And in this one here, we do have the removable shelves with the hanger. That one has the hanger, 60 by 80 queen bed. And you have actually on this floor plan, a little bit of a bonus storage situation here. So we have, just to kind of show, we actually have a couple staged items here, a couple umbrellas, just little things you would need maybe as you're walking out the door. I could see people folding up underwear, socks, putting them in there, easily accessible.
Do we have storage underneath the bed?
We do have storage underneath the bed, and we're actually in the process of redesigning our bed bases. So everything on access and campus-wide now, actually, plywood bed bases, so there's no OSB on our bed bases. And we're going to start doing construction on the bed base out of 2x2s instead of 1x2. So we're really going to increase the strength of those bed bases. And then this is kind of the idea of the redesign. So you can see here we have a couple baskets, so I could actually pull these out maybe I put my socks and underwear down here, or on that side, maybe you kick off your shoes or your flip-flops or your slippers and kick them right underneath your bed, and they're just easily accessible in the morning.
Yeah.
This space here is actually designed to fit a standard size laundry basket, but I've had a lot of people that would say that'd be a great space for a dog bed as well.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I get a lot of requests for pets and stuff like that. Yep. And I noticed these are on shocks as well, easy access. And
Yep, everything, you know, again, we are in a conventional trailer here, a little bit different price point. But in terms of functionality for customers, I don't care how much the trailer costs. I don't want to be sitting here holding this up with one hand while I have to try to get to my gear underneath.
Yeah, it makes sense. Grant, I appreciate what you've done today. This 28 FK, I think, is a winner. I think our couples are going to really love this. It's just a well laid out, thought out floor plan.
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, this is the 28 FK Mini, and we'll have a lot more floor plans coming at you as well. So we only got to see 2 of them today, but our first year we will have 5 different floor plans, varying sizes, varying slides. So some without slides, most with slides, and we'll go anywhere from a 26-foot trailer up to a 30-foot trailer. So everything in between.
Sure. And hey, I appreciate you showing us the access again. Look for us on the access. When are we going to see them on the lot? Probably October, November?
Yep.
Perfect. We'll see them in October, November. Come to Veurink's RV Center. We can look at the access together. We're excited for you to see it.